Okay, and we're back. So, week 17 of probably the wildest, craziest, most bizarre, most unpredictable NFL season of maybe the 20th century. I don't know before that, but that's when I started paying attention. Is almost done. Most of the games didn't matter, so hopefully this recap will be quick, and we'll also make our predictions for week 18. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
I feel like I missed something there, but I don't care. I'm tired. Also, I hated the way my background looks. It's so empty. There's nothing back there. It's a what can you do? It's
so
just
boring.
that. I know, it's so boring, but I'm moving, so I had to take stuff down. By the way, apologies everybody. Last week we did not do a podcast precisely because I am moving, and also it was Christmas, so there was issues with that, but you know what? Whatever. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you can put your picks into the website, the NFL picks page, and it's all good. It's all good.
Let's face it. They probably all did much better not listening to us anyway.
The world in general healed. I hear that the ozone layer repaired itself even more. You know, it's that I hear that a few wars were stopped and all that stuff. Pakistanis and Indians like each other now. I don't know what other conflicts there are out there, but I'm sure we fixed them. The world itself,
I wouldn't go that far.
It's a better place. Let me see. Chuck Dominguez, Happy New Year, Filthy Animals. Also, Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. And also, since it's a new year, I got myself a brewski here because I also need it. Yesterday,
I got a little coffee left, but yeah.
Well,
cheers.
Cheers to you, buddy. Happy New Year. Cheers to everybody who joins us. Yeah, dude, I did like a...
Happy New Year, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Salute.
I did like a 12-hour shift yesterday, where I actually worked. So it was...
Ooh.
And those are the worst. But whatever. I mean, I like what I do. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into week 17 of the 2025 NFL season, which we're going to go through these somewhat quickly, hopefully. Oh, famous last words, right? Damn it. I forgot that. There you go. Eric's back.
What did you do?
I pressed the wrong button, clearly. The week began on Christmas Day, where the Cowboys and the Commanders met up for actually a pretty fun game, you know? 30-23, the Commanders made it competitive in the end, or maybe the Cowboys were collapsing. I don't know how you want to see it, but, I mean, two teams that weren't going anywhere. The Commanders, I guess they knew they're tanking, but the Cowboys tried stuff. I don't know. Point is, this game was fun to watch, meaningless overall. What do you think?
Listen, I don't know if I've said this before, but I mean, I think Dak Prescott may be the best quarterback to ever exist once they're eliminated from the playoffs.
Once, they're in garbage time. It's called like
that dude can play when it doesn't matter.
The garbage time QB, correct? Except here they got up early, but whatever, doesn't matter. I agree with you. Next, this one hurt. The Detroit Lions lost in embarrassing fashion to the Minnesota Vikings and their third string backup rookie QB Max Grosmer, who threw a whole bunch of picks and got sacked a whole bunch of times. But the story of this game was Jared Goff could not stop turning the ball over, man. He was just like, here, take it. I'm gonna fumble it again. I'm gonna throw it straight at the freaking Vikings defense. So it's sad, but with that loss, the Detroit Lions are officially eliminated from the playoffs this season. And thanks for participating. It was fun for a second, but yeah, they clearly need a new offensive coordinator over there.
Is their window closed?
No, they have a lot of talent there. The issue for the Lions this season was different from last season. Last season, it was injuries. This season, it was injuries and a lot of brain drain. I mean, it's not just that they lost Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, is that those guys took a whole bunch of other coaches. So the brain drain is considerable. So if they can stay healthy and they can find better at least offensive coordinator, they should be fine.
And keep them.
Yeah, so the big thing is they can control the coordinator part. They cannot control the healthy part. So, I mean, that's just luck. and it's their style of play. They're very aggressive. So I don't know what they can do. Mob Nasty saying Happy New Year, homies. Happy New Year to you, Mob Nasty. Gus Becerra, Feliz Año. Oops, Feliz. I see what you did there, Gus. Cool. Oh. David Martinez, what's up? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for joining us. All right, let's move on
Get
to
all the boys here. Let's go.
Yep, the final game of Christmas Day was the Denver Broncos beating the Kansas City Chiefs 20-13. And I'm going to call this game well, I'm not going to call it anything, but the biggest highlight from this game was Travis Kelce. Because every 5 fucking seconds, they just kept showing him on screen. The man hadn't caught more than a catch in the majority of the game. Like, I think until the final quarter, he caught another catch, but they just kept showing him the entire fucking time. He was just sitting there on the bench looking sad, and they just kept trying to guess what he was thinking. Like, is he thinking retirement? Well, look at it. What does that face say? And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Is the number 1 seed in the AFC not on the field right now? What the fuck is happening? So now we're doing it too, which is actually kind of funny. The point here is the Chiefs are so devoid of stars. They're so devoid of an actual interesting product on the field without Mahomes that's what everybody had to focus on to make this game interesting. Also, the Broncos, they play boring football, but it's good football because it's winning football. And it's closer than I'm sure any Broncos fans would have liked, but doesn't matter. A win in December is a win against a division rival at home is a win. So good on you, Broncos. It just sucks. No respect, man. No respect for the Broncos. Although it makes sense because they did get their asses beat by the Jaguars the week before. But, you know, it happens.
And plus, I mean, let's face it. Okay, they might get the overall number 1 seed, so, you know, they'll make it to the divisional round. But they're one and done team, so why dedicate all this airspace to them? You know what I'm saying? Like, they got to talk about the real stars, like, you know, Travis Kelce in the bench.
Yeah. First off,
what is he thinking? Is he thinking of Mahomes? Is he thinking of Taylor? Is he thinking about his $100 million deal for his podcast? Congratulations. I don't know. I can't believe he listens to that. I don't like it.
I've never seen it because I don't want to give them anything. They annoy me. So first off, Chuck Dominguez and all Broncos fans, congratulations.
Just real quick. Oh yeah.
Congratulations. You officially won the AFC West. As I predicted at the start of the season, I said I think the Broncos are going to win it. So congratulations. Honestly, you took down the big red a-holes that are the Chiefs. So good for that. Also, the Chiefs, they're no longer going to be playing in Missouri. They're going to be playing now in Kansas. So people were upset about it. I don't know why. But then again, I've never been to Kansas or Missouri. I don't care for either place. But
nor do I care for the Chiefs.
You know what's actually funny? I think this is like the 3rd team that's left Missouri. So it was the Rams, the Cardinals originally, and now the Chiefs. So clearly, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing in Missouri, but they ain't doing it well. So congrats, Kansas.
The Rams had a better color scheme when they were in where were they? St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah. So the Broncos, they did not look good against the Jaguars. The Jaguars do that to people. However, it looks like right now they have the inside lane on getting the number 1 seed, ergo getting a bye week and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. That's massive. Playing in Denver is not an easy place to play. It's cold. The elevation, most teams are not ready for it. So it's a massive advantage. Things are looking really good. I believe they're healthy. So all things considered, it's looking pretty good for Denver, especially because I think depending on which path, you know, the playoffs end up taking, they might be able to avoid the more dangerous teams, meaning the more dangerous defenses, if they're lucky. We don't know if they're going to be lucky, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. So good on you guys. You've been playing good ball. You won all these games. Congratulations. Just kind of don't fuck it up, I guess. Because it's better for us if the Broncos get the number 1 seed at this point, based on seeding. But we'll get that. We'll get to that point when we do the playoff breakdown. So just, you know, we talked a little bit about you. I don't love your run game. I don't love your offense, but your defense is good enough. It hasn't been great lately, but you know, it's has gotten slightly better. So there you go.
Do you agree? Do you agree that I'd rather get the 7th seed than the 6th seed at this point?
Oh, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Because the Jaguars already beat our ass once. I'd rather go against the Patriots. We'll wait for that. Let me see. Chucky D. I just want to thank those who believed in us. Without them, would have done our best. To our haters, keep hating us. We're just going to be Super Bowl champs. Missouri's the San Diego of the Midwest, sports-wise. Sorry, not sorry. That stings, but I can't deny it. Anyway, moving on.
And don't worry, Chuck. I'll continue doubting and I'll continue hating every step of the way.
Good on you, man.
Just for you.
That's commitment. Anyway, next, Saturday game. The Los Angeles Chargers losing to the Houston Texans 20-16 at home. The Houston Texans started off hot with 2 back-to-back long touchdown passes from CJ Stroud, and from that point on, the offense kind of disappeared, and the defense for the Chargers actually kept them in the game. They actually looked really good after giving up 14 points. In fact, the only other points that they gave up was from 2 short punts. So it wasn't really the defense's fault. Listen, yes. Everybody failed. Everybody not named Justin Herbert failed in this game. The defense
5 sacks?
The defense recovered, yes. So I won't blame it on the defense. The big culprits in this game was special teams, man, which is bizarre. Cameron Dicker has been money the entire season. J.K. Scott is usually very good. So Dicker missing.
I would even say Dicker's been the best kicker in the league.
Yeah, in the AFC at least. You could argue about Myers in the NFC, the Seahawks guy. But Cameron Dicker had never missed a field goal inside of 40 yards until Saturday. Then he missed a free point. Well, not a free point, the extra point. And J.K. Scott shanked a couple of punts for 20 yards. It was bizarre. And those 4 points that Cameron missed and the short punts that led the Texans to the only field goals that they had is the reason why they lost. I mean, you could also argue that Rondé Gadsden not catching a ball and causing an interception also didn't help, but it was disappointing. Again, because the only person out there actually trying, and you could see that the dude was like, I'm not losing today, was Justin Herbert. He literally almost literally put the team on his back. Like, he was getting tackled by a 300-pound dude. He refused to go down and threw I believe a touchdown to Quinton, or was it almost a touchdown?
I think it was a first down.
Yeah, there was a play, Jesus Christ, where Justin Herbert, like, he has a defender coming at him immediately. He dodges one, dodges another, runs to the right, throws the ball to Rondé Gadsden for a first down, and he just drops the ball. It was one of those, Jesus Christ, man, can somebody just get their heads out of their ass and help this man? So
I've actually been seeing there's like a few Twitter accounts now that follow specifically moments where Justin Herbert does something incredible to like keep a play alive while he has no O-line. Like, he's scrambling, he's knocking out dude, he throws the ball and the receiver just drops it.
Dude, honestly, I don't think any other quarterback has better feet inside the pocket, or better awareness, or can manage the pocket better than Justin Herbert. Because, like, that play alone that I just described is crazy. You have somebody running at you free, trying to kill you. Not only do you dodge him, you dodge the next guy, and you're still able to keep your eyes up to see where the play is going, and you put the ball right on the money. It's crazy. But anyway, we could talk about Justin Herbert all day.
Some people criticize that, well, maybe he's just throwing too hard. And it's like, I didn't know these people was made of bitch.
Listen.
I thought these was men ready to catch some damn balls.
Listen, them throwing the ball hard at you, 5 yards, okay, I can understand that. 10 yards, not an excuse, man. 20 yards, definitely not an excuse. And I believe the Ron Gadsden throw was at least 10 yards. So I'm sorry, but no, I don't accept that, especially when your job is catching balls. Anyway, David Martinez, Herbert deserves more MVP talk. I disagree. Yes, Justin Herbert is the MVP of the Chargers. Agreed. But to me, personally, the MVP should be Christian McCaffrey. Why? Because Christian McCaffrey, right now they're going to compete to be the number 1 seed in the NFC. You need to remember that right now they look like the hottest offense in the NFL, and you need to remember 2 of their defensive stars went down. His QB1 injured, out. QB2 playing injured. All their wide receivers injured. Tight end injured. He was the focal point of that offense for weeks, and he carried them to victory, to victory, to victory. So to me, that's an MVP. Defense, again, losing defensive players every single week, lost most of your offensive weapons. The defense knows that you are the focal point of that team, and you still manage to get the victories. To me, that's like, dude, that's an MVP. Okay? So I love what Herbert's doing, but it's Herbert did not have to deal with all the injuries. He dealt with a lot. Terrible ones. Again, it's not easy to lose your tackle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and having to play with like 8 and 9. It's not easy to lose your running back 1, 2, 3 and having to play with somebody who wasn't even he didn't even make the initial roster. But he had his weapons there. I mean, Lad was healthy the entire season. The defense was playing really good. Christian McCaffrey was like the guy standing there, and he's the reason why they're there. So and again, it's not like they're the 7 seed. They're fighting for the 1st seed. So to me, that's more impressive. I don't know. How do you feel about it?
Man, I guess you can make a good argument for both. I mean, granted, the nickname for the 49ers this year has been the 49 IRs.
Oof.
Which is a very clever.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I guess you can give a lot of credit for McCaffrey there. I don't know. Honestly, the more interesting conversation for me this season, because I think ultimately they're probably going to give it to Drake May, but it feels wrong. I think the more interesting conversation is the coach of the year, because I think you can give a good argument for good old Shanahan right there.
Yep. For many of the reasons that I just mentioned, that they're fighting for, again, the 1 seed with all those injuries. But anyway,
obviously Ben Johnson, obviously Vrabel right there. You know, like there's some tough competition for that one.
So I'm torn in many ways, because after a loss, everybody's like a downer, like, no man, this team is not gonna make it anywhere, blah blah blah. I thought the Chargers should have won this game. Again, if it wasn't for your kicker who never misses missing, your punter who usually is very good missing. I mean, also, before anybody mentions it, yes, the refs sucked. They sucked the entire game. They sucked the entire weekend. They sucked the entire season. I'm not going to blame this one on the refs. They didn't help. I'll give you that. But they've been sucking the entire season. You can't count on them one way or the other. So everybody's really down on the Chargers right now. Honestly, I think this may have been a blessing in disguise in many ways. Going back-to-back weeks, Texans, Broncos is a gauntlet. So with this loss, the Chargers have now decided, you know what, we're sitting Justin Herbert at least. We're sitting most of our starters. So the man with the broken hand will finally get a chance to rest that up. The Chargers have been very good coming off of bye weeks at the start of the season, so preparing, new game plans. They've been very, very good at that. Denzel Perryman didn't play this game. He was suspended for BS reasons, and now he'll come back healthy. They'll be able to rest probably maybe Pipkins. I'm assuming Khalil Mack. Dante Jackson played banged up. So they'll get to rest about 7 key players. All of those are good things. So I'm looking at that kind of as an advantage. Also, if the Chargers lose and the Bills win, that means that the Chargers will play against probably the Patriots, which is also good for the Chargers because it's the better matchup, because it's out of all the defenses I believe in the AFC, not named the Bills. I believe that's the least dangerous one in terms of pass rush. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise in many ways. Herbert won't get hit by the Broncos, who almost killed him last time. So, all right. The thing that concerns me is one Greg Roman. And again, I'm torn. I'm very torn on Greg Roman because we've seen him with good game plans. By the way, that's the offensive coordinator. We've seen the way they looked in Brazil. Great game plan with Joe Alt, you know? Against the Vikings, destroyed them. Against the Steelers, destroyed them. We've also seen him with very shitty game plans, and this game was an example. I can't tell you how many times I kept yelling at the TV, just run it on the outside. The Chargers can't run in between the tackles, and they kept trying to do it. The Chargers can run outside the tackles. They're actually pretty good at it. Why?
Like they did the week prior.
Exactly. And the reason why they're good at it is because, all right, so your linemen suck, but you got some pretty good tight ends. You got a pretty nasty fullback who's over 300 pounds, and you got a 220-pound running back. When you go to the outside, guess who's trying to tackle those guys? Or guess who they're blocking? They're blocking corners, usually. Imagine you're a cornerback. You have to, first off, if you're not getting hit by, let's say, I don't know, Penning, who I believe they're using as like the 6th O lineman. So if you're not getting hit by Trevor Penning, who is almost 6'7" and over 300 pounds, or you're not getting hit by Will Disley, who's probably the best blocking tight end in the NFL, or if you're not getting hit by Scott Matlock, who's a 300-pounder, you're going to get hit by Omarion Hampton, who's 220 pounds. All right? And is 6'1", I think. 6 feet, 220 pounds. Imagine getting hit like that 5, 6, 7 times in 2 drives. That's a long day. And eventually, you don't want to take those hits anymore. So, I don't understand why they kept trying to do it in between the tackles. Like, Greg Roman is just stubborn or stupid or both. He's like, no, this is the way we want to do it. We want to play bully ball. You play bully ball down here. It's not working. You don't have the line for it. You just don't. You need to accept the reality, you need to see reality how it is, and do what works. Short passes outside, quick passes, quick throw. Ladd McConkey wasn't even targeted until the 3rd quarter, maybe the 4th quarter. It was nuts. It didn't help that they dropped a lot of balls. It was just stupid game plan, and I don't get it, because we've seen it be very good against bad teams, but then they play stupid against good defense. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, up till this point, they've won. So, like, they played this way against the Eagles and managed to win. They played this way against the Chiefs and managed to win. They played this way against the Broncos and managed to win.
Both games that were won by the defense, but okay.
No, again, yes. I wouldn't say the defense. It was actually defense and special teams. They were carried by them. So I don't understand what the fuck is it. I don't get it. To me, it's pretty simple. And you know also what happens when you do quick passes and you run on the outside? Defenders have to spread out a little more. So it's harder for them to kill your fucking quarterback. Now, I've heard some interviews, you know, from Justin Herbert in the podium and stuff, and he always blames himself. But it also sounds like maybe he's like, no, well, I should have done this protection differently. I should have done this differently. So maybe that's the style he likes to play, and that's why they do it. And if that's the case, I'm sorry, Greg Roman, for, you know, talking so much shit about you. If it's Justin Herbert, the one making that decision, well then, all right, man, you're the guy who's putting your neck on the line, and voluntarily, I guess, because you want to. It's not a good idea, and you shouldn't do it. But yeah, I'm okay if they leave Greg Roman behind next season. Like, I get it. Listen, all the respect in the world. You lost your tackle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They played games with tackles
they
7,
broke your
8.
toys.
Yeah, and tackles. It's not an easy position to replace. Some say it's key. But let me just see real quick. So you got Slater went down, Joe Alt went down, Pipkins went down, Sawyer went down. They put in Deculus, Foster, Sorrell at one point, Bobby Hart,
Bose.
Penning was in there too. So I think 8. I might be missing somebody else, but they've had 8 tackles go in on either side. It's not easy. The fact that they're an 11-win team is beyond impressive. Okay, don't get me wrong. Not only did you lose your tackles, you lost your running back 1 and 2. 1 for the season, who was actually looking better than everybody else. Your running back 2, you lost him for half the season. Your running back 3 was also out for a really long time. And you were starting with running back 4, 5, 6. It's impressive that you guys managed to win as much as you did. You've also shown us what this team can do in spite of all that. We've seen what works. The problem is that we've seen what works. And what things work is on the outside, the quick game, all that stuff. So why don't you do it? I don't understand. It drives me nuts. I don't get it. But, you know, they're in a good position to at least win a playoff game. As I said before, I think they're ahead of schedule. If they still had Slater and Joe Alt, I'd say they're a Super Bowl contender. As things stand right now, that O-line is such a glaring weakness. Unless we see them play around it, which they don't do against good defenses for some stupid reason, they won't go very far. They might win one game, depending on the matchup. But Jesus, especially the way Herbert's playing on his level. But Jesus Christ, let me see. Even John Gruden made a post saying that I'm not saying he should win MVP. He just deserves more attention for what he's done with what he's got. Yes, I agree. Nobody's done more with less. Justin Herbert is the man. I tend to agree. I believe it's the Colin Cowherd take that basically the way you know if somebody knows the NFL or not is on their opinion on Justin Herbert. Like if they think he sucks, it's like, okay, this guy doesn't understand football. Know ball. Exactly. Or they just don't watch because it's a West Coast
another
team.
Another litmus test is who is a better quarterback, Phillip Rivers or Eli Manning?
Yeah, that's good. Like there's people who think that Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Justin Herbert.
No, those are not people.
They're Philadelphia fans. Because, you know, he's won a Super Bowl, he's won more, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, Jalen Hurts won 2 games this season without completing a pass. I believe this week it was in the second half that he did not complete a pass. If that's not the definition of a team carrying you, I don't know what is. But, you know, whatever. Let me see. Chucky, ever since the refs went on strike many years ago, the refs suck. Listen, there's a big problem. There's 2 big problems in refs country, in my humble opinion. One, they don't hire them year round. So that's not good. You should have somebody who is their sole job is to be refs for the NFL. You have enough money to pay them. So you're the fucking NFL. You can pay them. You should not have somebody who's a dentist half the year and a ref during the NFL season. That's just stupid. It's bad. They should have somebody that their job 40 hours a week should be nothing but NFL. You know, studying tape, studying rules, practicing, dry runs, all that stuff. It should be their profession 100% of the time. Second problem is TV. So what I mean by that is
use it?
No. Every single broadcast has a rules expert, right? Those rules experts
supposedly
are generally ex-refs, you know, former refs. Those guys are usually the best and brightest of the refs. And so Fox goes to these guys and like, hey, I'll pay you a buttload of money and nobody's going to hate you. You're just going to comment on it because you're the best rules guy. So I'll bring you in there. You'll be in a booth. You'll watch the game and I'll give you a lot of money. So they're like, sold. So you're losing the best talent to the TV broadcasts. And the rest of the guys, they don't do this as their full-time jobs. It's stupid. You need to hire them full-time. But, you know, well, what do I know? You know, that just seems logical to me. Gus Becerra, the biggest issue with the Chargers is the offensive play calling. They do not scheme for having a crappy O-line. This should be a screen and quick pass offense. I agree, man. It should be as quick as possible. But again, I don't know if it's a Justin Herbert thing. I don't know if Justin Herbert wants the big plays. I don't know if he doesn't have the patience for the short game. That's the issue here. But they should still be... Oh, or I don't know if it's a mentality thing. They're like, no, we want to play it this way. We want our linemen to be tough. We want them to be like, oh, you can do it. They can't. They just can't. You need to accept the reality of the situation. You don't have that team right now. We need a new center. We need a new... Bakai back then has been atrocious. I don't know if he's injured. I'm assuming he's injured because he won a Super Bowl last season. But he looks terrible. Beyond terrible. And I saw freaking Pipkins play that position last year. And I think he might be worse. So they've been clever in how they've worked around this terrible offensive line. The way that they did is they brought Penning in. He's the sixth lineman, and basically he blocks on the outside. That's worked. Keep doing that. Use your big guys to hit their little guys. It's really effective. Turns out little guys cannot take a hit or can't take that many hits. I mean, you saw the freaking Texans in this game. They were getting injured every other play. Why? Because the Chargers have bigger dudes. But whatever, man. The
way I see the Chargers right now is they remind me of like when you're seeing a boxer, who goes in and a few, first 2 rounds he's doing really good. He's kicking ass, and then he clearly gets injured somehow. Like he gets hurt, and now he can't continue his strategy that was working. So now he has to adjust. Maybe I now have to go southpaw and, do a little unorthodox stuff, to actually, stay ahead. But it feels like Greg Roman is just like, nah, we're just going to keep doing the same strategy we got.
He did adjust. He did adjust. The first three and outs, there was 2 3 and outs, and then they adjusted a little. And then, players kept dropping balls and shit. And they were moving the ball.
I'm not saying he's terrible. I'm not gonna be calling a SWAT team on his house or anything. I'm just saying, we're getting down to the wire. We got really close to actually playing for the freaking
number 1 seed,
top of the division. Even for the number 1 seed, it was never that realistic. I always expected us to at least drop a game, but right now we're actually we're only playing playoff teams now. Right? Yeah.
But here's the thing.
And
here's the thing. They played winning football. Justin Herbert played winning football, right? They were moving the ball on the number 1 defense in the league. If it hadn't been for Oronde Gaston fucking up and throwing the ball up, that should have been at least a field goal, right? If it hadn't been for Cameron Dicker fucking up 2 kicks, that would have been extra 4 points. If it hadn't been for the punter throwing 2 20-yard punts, they wouldn't have had 2 extra field goals. So I can't 100% say, man, this offensive plan and play calling does not work, because they were kind of in position to, except for things that are kind of out of your control. Like it's not in your control for one of your best-handed receivers to throw the ball up for an interception in the 1-yard line, right? Or for your kicker to miss, because you did put him in position to make the kick. But so I can't.
This definitely felt like an any given Sunday kind of game.
Yeah, so I can't 100% hate the play caller, because I just did not like the style that he was doing it, because I feel there's a style that he could do it better. But this is the Greg Roman way, and it was working, but it just doesn't look right. We've seen okay, I'm getting closer to figuring it out in my own head. We've seen this team flow, right? We've seen them when they're on a groove, when everything's clicking. We saw them last fucking week against the Cowboys. Like they
was cooking them
left and right, going. Everything was smooth. Everything seemed to flow. And then we see them stall, and it's grinding. It's like, dude, why don't you try flowing again? Why are you doing the grinding way against a team that likes grinding you? Okay? That's the
They ground the
problem.
fuck out of you.
Yeah, the Texans like playing that way. Don't play to their fucking strength. Play to your strength, which is outside flow. But whatever. Chuck Dominguez says Dan Marino.
Be like water right now. Damn it.
Yeah, Dan Marino, John Elway, Steve Young. Who's better? Dan Marino.
Honestly, I never saw them play during their prime, so I'm not even gonna. It's not John Elway because he's a Bronco. So
It's actually
Steve Young.
It's actually
There.
between Elway and Marino, but I think Marino. Anyway, let's move on from this game.
Yep.
Let's move
Young
on.
has the rings.
Yeah. So the Saturday night game, we had the Baltimore Ravens beating the ever-living hell out of the Green Bay Packers and make you think, what the fuck has been wrong with the Ravens this entire season? And it's been exactly what we all thought the entire season. Give the ball to Derrick fucking Henry. Derrick Henry.
Literally always.
Yeah, ran the ball down their throats all night. Oh, over 200 yards. So now he has the record of the most 200-yard games in the NFL. Fucking duh. 4 touchdowns in a game against a pretty decent Green Bay Packers defense. So
I
couldn't...
guess all he needed was for Lamar to be injured?
No, because Lamar was injured earlier in the season, and this drove me nuts several times. It's like, why do they go for it on fourth fucking down when you're in field goal range? Derrick Henry got you into field goal range, but they go for it on 4th down. It's a 4th and long or 4th and whatever. They go for it, they miss, and now it's a turnover on downs. And so in the 4th quarter, instead of being down by 3 or maybe up by 1 or whatever, and you can still use Derrick Henry, your best fucking player, in the quarter where he plays his best, the 4th fucking quarter, you have to throw the ball because you're down by 7 or 14. It drives me nuts. Use Derrick Henry every single time and you will win. Now, it looks like they kind of figured it out this game. Who knows if they're going to continue doing it, because the Ravens and their play calling is stupid. But we'll see. The division is still
congrats
theirs.
to the Ravens.
The division is still theirs.
I believe it's gonna be the closing game of the maybe of the season, right?
No, the closing game of the season.
Win
by the way,
and in.
By the way, Malik Willis, the backup quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, looked really good. Dude,
He did all right.
He's not the reason why they lost. Dude made himself a lot of money, probably with this game. So anybody who might be looking for a bridge QB, Malik Willis is not a bad option. Not at all. So if you're one of those teams that you're like maybe not in range to get a quarterback, or if you're like, maybe we can take a risk and start a QB competition, Malik Willis is not a bad option. Like, for example, I don't think
Looking at the next Atlanta Falcons quarterback right there, Malik Willis.
actually I was thinking more like the Colts. Like, because
They got Rivers.
I don't think Rivers is coming back, man. And Daniel Jones, I think he's going to be injured because what was it, an ACL? So he's not going to start the season. But I don't know. But a team like that, you're not getting a good draft pick. You're not drafting high enough to get an XQB, or you're not sure if you have the guy. He's not a bad option. Next, we had the Cardinals versus the Bengals. The Bengals slacking the hell out of the Cardinals. And that's anything that matters from this game. Nothing else relevant to mention. Do you want to mention anything?
Yeah, I don't. No.
Okay, moving on.
I'm looking at Daniel Jones's injury.
Yeah, I think it was an ACL. Oh no, an Achilles. I think it's an Achilles, which is more than a
It's
year.
an Achilles.
Yeah.
No, it's not. He's expected to be cleared for training camp.
Dude, I saw Aaron Rodgers after an Achilles, and I saw Kirk Cousins after an Achilles. It takes more than a year. So,
Older guys.
fair enough. So we have the Steelers dropping the division against the Cleveland Browns 6-13.
But not
Steelers-
giving Garrett the record.
First off, smart, because Aaron Rodgers, you're going to be on every single highlight ever for any sack ever. So you don't. I get it. Honestly, your legacy is more important than the season. But the reason why the Steelers could not move the ball against the Cleveland Browns was because of something we missed last week. DK Metcalf is suspended for 2 games for punching a fan. Why did he punch a fan?
He didn't even hit him right.
Oh, well, for trying to hit him. For trying to hit a fan.
Is it a he?
Yeah, I think it's a dude. Why did he try to hit a fan? There's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of theories. There's a whole bunch of stuff. He said, she said. I know the truth.
You know the deflection they always use.
I know the truth, okay? It's because he's an idiot! It's because he's a fucking moron! That's why he did it! It's because he has the IQ of a fucking snail! Why the fuck do you get so close to fans in the middle of a fucking... You're a visiting team, man! The dude's... His hair color is the color of the fucking other team! Why are you getting close to him? You moron! Anyway, what's up?
DK, that cost you $45 million, and you didn't even get a good hit in.
I heard that it's not gonna cost him the money. So he
Well,
did
he's
get
probably gonna
suspended.
get sued.
Like he might go to jail, because that's if he had made contact in any way, that's battery. So like the fan could press charges and get him arrested. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but if I was the fan, I would settle.
100%. I mean, he could make a lot of money there, but well, we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
But now this is just gonna start. This is gonna start a trend of all these crazy haired fans, talking shit in the sidelines.
first off,
trying to
fans
fix their hits.
always talk shit. They talk shit that's part of the home field advantage. You talk shit to the other players. It's up to you not to care or not to listen. I don't
What we gotta do is we gotta study the tape on this blue-haired motherfucker because he cracked the code.
He's got the technique.
Somehow.
Yeah. So this also brings up something very interesting because the Steelers lost the game because clearly they don't have another receiving option that's viable, right? You know what they traded away in the offseason? George fucking Pickens, one of the best wide receivers in the league, who had one of the best seasons at least. You know who they could have used this week and they're gonna need next week? George fucking Pickens. So I don't understand why they sent him away. I don't get it. It's stupid, and let's just say it's aged like sour cheese in the sun.
Listen, Mike Tomlin, he's gonna have his 9-8 season whether you like it or not.
I think he already has, at least. Next, we have the Saints.
Guaranteed.
Saints beating the Titans 34-26. Things that we learned from this game. Tyler Shuck might actually be the real deal. You know?
Do they have a quarterback? Maybe.
Yeah, he might. You know, he might be winning the position. Kellen Moore is a better head coach than I thought. I thought he was a little too soft, but, he's managing to churn that franchise around. At least that's how it looks. Now they need to budget better. They need to get out of salary cap hell. And on the other side,
still paying Drew Brees?
they might be. I don't know. They might be still paying Sean Payton. I don't know. But and on the other side of the field, man, Cam Ward just can't catch a break. He's done. I've seen that kid do some phenomenal plays, some phenomenal throws, and then just the receiver just boop, drops it. It's very similar to Justin Herbert. So it's one of those things like, man, the Titans might look like an interesting head coaching spot, but I don't want to work with the Titans, man. That's a shit organization. So can you imagine Cam Ward with who was the former head coach of that team? Who was it? Who'd they let go? Oh yeah, Mike fucking Bravel, who's an MVP candidate this season. But stupid as stupid does, I guess. Next. This one stinks. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Indianapolis Colts, and before the game even started, the Colts were officially eliminated from the playoffs, which sucks. And it's also like, what the fuck happened to the Colts, man? You guys were like 8-1.
They were number 1 of the NFL.
Yeah. And
it was a legendary collapse.
That's the worst collapse I've ever seen. And this happened before the people say like, oh, well, they lost their starting quarterback. This happened way, way, way before you lost your quarterback. Okay. Daniel Jones went down 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Cause that's how long Phillip Rivers played, like 3 weeks. So, well, let's just say, I hope. Listen, I don't think Shane Steichen gets fired, but I hope he does, and I hope the Chargers take him instead of Greg Roman.
Okay.
Shane Steichen was a former, QB coach for the Chargers. I like his scheme. And
I want Philip Rivers as our OC.
that might not be bad either. But, what can you do? So that might officially be the final NFL game of Philip Rivers' career. It is unfortunate.
Love
It
that
is
man.
sad. However, I have a fun thing for you. You ready?
Hit me.
Everybody, listen to this. Okay?
Gather round.
All right. It has been confirmed that the Chargers are not playing Justin Herbert this week. So, if the Colts let go of Philip Rivers and the Chargers pick him up, the final game of Philip Rivers' career could be as a Charger. Let's
Beat the Broncos one last time, Phil.
Yes. We need to make this happen. Please.
You can throw the ball to Keenan.
Yeah.
They got that chemistry.
Exactly. So it's please, football gods, make this happen. Make Philip Rivers retire. Make his final
Phillip
game
Rivers
be
a Charger again.
exactly. And I think if let's say the Chargers go all the way and win the Super Bowl, he'd get a ring. He'd get a ring as a Charger. So come on, man.
Honestly, I
Man.
just want to see Phil Rivers in our sideline again, man.
Exactly. Just I want to see the mic'd up. Him just like, God dang nabbit. So it's. Did you see the clip of him throwing the ball at a Jaguars player and the Jaguars player just flopping like, he hit me. So. Gus Becerra saying Riverside would legitimately die with this O-line. Listen. He only needs to go in for like one play, and then Trey Lance can play the rest of the game. Like, it doesn't matter. Just to see him have a snap. Just see him have a snap. Just so that he doesn't retire as a Colt. Because right now, as things stand, Philip Rivers is a Colts legend. Okay? Not because of his play or his wins or whatever, but because of what he did to the franchise this season, coming back 5 years out of retirement, all that stuff, out of shape, out of everything. Right now, the man's like a folk hero in Colts world. I want that.
think it's just Colts world. It's the NFL in general. Like, I've seen the fans just be loving all of the Phil's comeback.
By the way, your camera died.
I know.
Okay. So
What do you want me to do about it?
I don't know. I wanted to inform you, but
Thank you.
I don't know. Anyway, point is, it's sad. So with that, Riley Leonard looks like he will be taking over Week 18 as the Colts quarterback. So we'll see what the kid's got. Philip Rivers gave it his best shot. Honestly, it was impressive. Mad respect. Love the guy. But it's time to retire. Like, the final play of the game, the Hail Mary, they brought in Riley Leonard to throw it because Philip just didn't have the arm for it. So he's not Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers still could do like a 60, 70-yard Hail Mary. Philip couldn't do it. So it's sad.
Phil could never really do it.
Yeah, it wasn't his game. But still, get him back for Week 18. Come on, man. Do it for the memes. Do it for the lols. Do it for the fans.
It's like that meme of Timmy Turner like praying next to his bed, like, please God, let it happen. It would be too fucking funny.
Exactly. Next, Tampa Bay Buccaneers putting a
Boy,
stinker
this division fucking stuff.
up against the Miami Dolphins, losing 17-20. Dude, what the fuck is the NFC South? I want you to think about this. There's two teams that are playing to win that division and get into the playoffs. The Buccaneers and the Panthers. The other two teams that have been eliminated for weeks are the Saints and the Falcons. Guess which teams have been winning consistently? The Falcons and the Saints. The Buccaneers just...
Also, I think if the Falcons win this week, the Bucks are automatically eliminated. Is that it?
Yeah.
Before they even play the Panthers?
Correct. That's a thing. I kind of want it to happen.
So what do you think of this? Because I've heard, obviously it feels like bullshit to have a team that fucking sucks so bad have an automatic, home game in the playoffs. But I have heard that okay, if you win the division, like let's say you get a spot in the playoffs, but then you rank the playoffs by actual wins and losses. So the home team, wouldn't necessarily be the one that won the division.
No,
That would be a lot more fair.
no, I don't like it. There's got to be an advantage to winning your division.
There is. You're automatically in the playoffs.
No, I said advantage.
That is an advantage.
No, that's a benefit. There has to be an advantage. So the benefit is you get into the playoffs, even with a worse record. The advantage is you get to play a game home. So that's your prize. That's your prize for winning your division. You get an advantage and you get a benefit. So that's the way I look at it.
Get a benefit.
Because I think they should have an advantage. Again, otherwise, what's the point of fucking divisions?
Getting a guaranteed seat in the playoffs.
Doesn't seem enough to me. Because then there's going to be the argument of like, well, why is the 7th seed with a 9-8 record instead of the team with the 12-win record? It's going to be a slippery slope. I don't like it.
I don't know. I just don't want all these shitty teams stinking up the damn playoffs.
I mean, shitty teams have beaten teams that are supposedly good. So, we'll see. Anyway, we saw Quinn Ewers play for the first time and he won. So maybe the Dolphins are going to move on from Tua. Who knows? Point is, what the hell happened to Baker Mayfield, man? I remember he was in the conversation for MVP, and right now he ain't looking too hot in any way, shape, or form.
So Todd Bowles is gone, right?
If there's somebody who I think should be fired this offseason, is Todd Bowles. In fact, in my hot seat list, I moved him all the way up to the top. I do not know.
I think he should be fired in the next 5 minutes.
Before the game starts?
Still got time.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him with the Jets. I've seen him with the Buccaneers, and I think I've seen him somewhere else. He's not a good head coach. He's just not. It doesn't work. I don't know why they keep giving that man opportunities. And he had a phenomenal roster, right? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, weapons left and right. Now they got the injury bug, which is unfortunate, but they had a phenomenal roster. He had a phenomenal defense, and everything just has been slowly getting worse, progressively getting worse. So I would move on, definitely. Again, he has a very good organization. They draft very well. He inherited a top-notch roster. Great coordinators.
Straight out the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I mean, a year off, but
And he's been fucking it up ever since. Next, we have the New England Patriots just beating the ever-living hell out of the New Jersey Jets. Drake May making it look easy.
It's just a Patriots-Jets game in the 21st century.
Exactly, making it look easy, making it a stronger case for his MVP. The Jets still don't have an interception in the entire season, which is nuts. Man, I think you and I have had interceptions in this season. We did accidentally. The one big
I've certainly fumbled a ton.
The one big piece of news from the Patriots is that Stephon Diggs was arrested for, I believe, choking somebody.
Choking a bitch?
Yeah, choking like a chef. I don't know the details. Personally, I don't really care much.
Categorically denies it.
I mean, that's what you have to do. But
so I'm sure he did it.
No, it sounds like the team's got his back, which I don't know. Also, I think another Patriots player got arrested. I don't know. It's weird. But we'll see what comes out of it. Listen. I just keep thinking. Innocent until proven guilty is my standard, and I maintain it. What's up?
For law, yes. For my opinion, I'm laying the guilty on whoever the fuck I want. You guilty too. I don't know about what, but find me the man, and I'll find you the crime.
Fair enough. Next, we have.
But I keep thinking. Oh, I was gonna say. I keep thinking of that Vikings. When he was in the Vikings, there's a video of them backstage.
Uh-huh.
And a guy's interviewing the players, and they're like, "So who would be like the last player you would want dating your sister?" And everyone said Stephon Diggs. So it's like there's something wrong with this man.
Listen, wide receivers need to be a little crazy. They need to be. Why? I do not know.
Talking AB crazy?
Not that crazy. I said a little crazy. And they need to be a little bit of a diva. They need to be,
We're talking Tyreek crazy.
I guess, yes. No, because
Okay.
he
Couple
also
of DUIs.
he also got, no, it's a legal issue now. They also need to be a little bit of a dumbass. Because, you need to be kind of stupid to put yourself in a position where you're going to get blown up, and still catch the ball. So you need to be a little crazy. Not get arrested crazy, but a little crazy.
A lot of them get there.
Gus Becerra is asking an interesting question. Thoughts on Doomsday trailers? Eric, have you seen any of the Doomsday trailers? I'm assuming he's talking Avengers.
Yeah, I saw that they're bringing back everybody because everything in Phase 4 and 5. I'm pretty sure it's been 4 and 5, maybe 6. I don't know. Yeah, everything's flopped and it's been a mess. So they're just bringing back the old characters and they're gonna do a rewrite of everything.
So here's my thoughts. I didn't care about the Captain America one. I didn't care about most of them, to be honest.
Well, they brought him back because Cap 4 flopped.
Yeah. So I haven't cared much about ones. I do have thoughts on the Thor one. So it was basically Thor kind of praying to Odin to be a warrior. And I was like, okay, this is kind of like Shakespearean Thor once again, because Thor in the comics and also in the first movies, he does speak kind of like a poet, because he is a god. And so he speaks in another stuff like that, even though it's funny. And
You're
I
an
like
old man and a fool.
Yeah, you're an old man and a fool. So I like that they brought that back, and there wasn't even a hint of them trying to throw in some kind of joke or something. And I'm like, great. This is good Thor, okay? This is not the Taika Waititi Thor who just made him a clown. So that made me a little bit hopeful. Nothing else moved the needle much, and I'm also not sure what I watched that was AI and what wasn't. So that doesn't help.
That's gonna become way more common.
Yeah, but that part.
My opinion is that the movie's gonna make a ton of money, and it's probably gonna make less than the rest of the Avengers ones, and the movies afterwards are probably gonna start being on a decline.
I just don't know how.
So they're probably gonna they're gonna see this as a massive win because it's gonna be over $1 billion, which they haven't had in a while, and then it's gonna be like a false hope kind of thing where it's like, oh, maybe we're all the way back, and they start making their shitty shows and shitty movies again, and it's gonna go downhill.
We'll see. Honestly, I need to.
Also, even if the movie makes like $2 billion, I'm not sure they're getting their money back just based on the budget for this goddamn movie.
Yeah, and I don't know. Well, we'll talk about that some other time. Let's stick to football because there's a lot I could say. Next, we have the Seahawks beating the crap out of the Panthers in a must-win game for the Panthers. So sucks for them. Charbonnet carried the team, 2 touchdowns, I believe. Bryce Young looked terrible. So the Panthers continue their trend of winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one. So at least they're consistent. Next,
I think they just lost since their bye week.
No, they've won one and then they lost one. They've won one and then they lost one consistently. Next, we have the Giants taking down the Raiders, but actually losing in this game. So they won, but they've lost. They won the game, but they lost the #1 overall pick, which is, not great. But, whatever. What can you do? The funny thing about this game is that Max Crosby was supposedly placed on IR, and he was like, I'm not injured. And so he loaded a bunch of videos of him playing basketball and jumping on a trampoline with his daughter. So I respect the pettiness, honestly. Good for you. Get traded the fuck out of the AFC West, please. Please get this man out of the AFC West. Send him to the Lions. It's good. Somebody yelling at you?
Just general yelling.
Okay. Anyway, next we have the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Buffalo Bills in one of the ugliest games of the season, man. The Eagles barely. What?
The Josh Allen memes after the game were brutal.
The big booty ones or what?
No, yeah, God bless Tom Brady. No, the ones that it's like I don't know, Josh Allen when the game's on the line, and it's like, I don't know, some dude like they show like a pitcher who like throws the ball and accidentally hits the umpire, or like a dude who's like he gets on one knee because he's gonna propose and he's on a boat, and then his buddy throws the ring and he falls overboard.
Listen, that last pass was atrocious. That it was an easy throw for Josh Allen. Josh Allen makes 99 out of 100 of those. I blame this one on the coach. I do not know why you go for it for 2. The Eagles had made like 5 yards of offense in the entire second half. I do not know what you're thinking, but it was bad strategically. Now, granted, Josh Allen got a little bit hurt, and maybe you didn't want to risk him again, but still, it was just. I don't like the head coach for the Buffalo Bills. I think that he's been carried by Josh Allen. I think he's wasted the better years of Josh Allen's career. So I don't like Sean McDermott. Anyway. Jalen Hurts, as I mentioned earlier, won his second game without completing a pass in a half. So congratulations to him. Respect, I guess.
Yeah, I don't believe in the Eagles one bit.
No, not even a little bit. Next, we have the Chicago Bears beating...
Holy crap, this game was awesome.
Oh, okay, not beating. Getting beat by the San Francisco 49ers, where no defense was played. Except in the first drive by the Bears, who did a pick 6. Other than that, no more defense. It was not allowed. It was illegal. They couldn't do it. What can I say? The 49ers...
This game was great.
The 49ers have probably the hottest offense in the NFL right now. The issue is that their defense is not doing too great. You know, Brock Purdy, I believe, scored 5 touchdowns in back-to-back games. It's crazy. It's crazy. The man's phenomenal right now. As already mentioned,
look at him, he's so happy.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey should be the MVP this season. On the other side of the field, the Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams. It frustrates me to know he had a great game, by the way. Great game by the Chicago offense. Defense, not so much. He misses easy throws. It drives me nuts. Like, I think they would have a better record if he just made the easy shots, which I don't understand how he does it. Like, I even the comment, I believe it was freaking Chris Collinsworth, was like, he's too talented and too good to miss those. And I agree. His body has all the physical ability, so I think it's just mental. I do not know how he keeps fucking those up. It doesn't make any sense. Now, hopefully, I mean, once you know, the first step to fixing the problem is you need to identify it, right? I'm assuming Ben Johnson's going to work that out. And just like every single thing else in that organization, he's been slowly fixing it. It's slowly been getting better. If they iron that out, man, look out for the Bears. If Caleb Williams is capable...
They're probably... Well, either the Patriots or the Bears, they're the ones who are the most ahead of schedule teams, I'd say.
Sure. I believe in the Bears a little bit more than the Patriots.
Okay.
My logic here is the Patriots had an easier schedule this season.
Yeah, but I mean...
The Patriots are also in the AFC East, where there's only one actual rival, or one rival worthy of, considering, and the Bears are in the NFC North, where everybody can, kill you. So... Now, if we're talking about, okay, so who do you believe more in as a head coach? Bravel's more proven. I think Drake May has a little bit more talent. I think the organization of the Patriots is better. I think McDaniels is a better play caller, but I've been incredibly impressed with what Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen have done to the Chicago Bears. My big concern with Ben Johnson is like I don't feel like he has the attitude to change the culture in Chicago, because Chicago had a lot of good players, but the dude came in and changed the culture, which is the most important part. And he's been, again, like I said, slowly fixing things and making them better. And he made a great hire of Dennis Allen as his defensive coordinator. So it's this season, I like one team more than the other. Like if the Bears and the Patriots played each other, I think the Bears take it. Like in a neutral field, which might be a Super Bowl, by the way.
I'm going to go ahead and say I think the 49ers are winning the Super Bowl.
Nah, no way.
Mm-hmm.
I think
so.
If you want to make like way too early predictions?
Well, I mean, week 17, I wouldn't say is that early, but you know.
I like the Seahawks.
I think Darnold is way more likely to choke it than Purdy.
I like the Seahawks defense. And we're going to see. Like
I think the 49ers are going to be extra motivated to play the Super Bowl in their home stadium.
Maybe. We'll see. But anyway, moving on.
I mean, Shanahan's got to be desperate at this point.
There's a lot of people who are desperate. Next, we have the Los Angeles Rams losing to the Atlanta Falcons. And it was a double loss. Not just a loss, it was a double loss. Why? Because the Rams have the number 1 draft pick for the Falcons of 2026. So with the Falcons winning, they get a worse draft pick now, which is like double insulting. Add insult to injury. The Falcons are undefeated since they got kicked out of the playoffs, which is a fucking course. This man, Bijan Robinson, looks like the best running back in the NFL since they've been kicked out of the playoffs. The Rams, their defense, the pass rush, crazy. Turnover. Matthew Stafford had more turnovers in one game than the entire season. Maybe, I don't know. I might be making that up. And it all started once the fucking Falcons got kicked out of the playoffs. I don't understand that fucking team. I do not understand the Rams either, because the Rams have been fucking up for 2 weeks in a row. So, I mean, they got screwed over.
I completely understand the Falcons. Like, just based off, like, the quality of their players. They got a playoff team.
Yeah.
In terms of their roster, but they just can't do anything because they're the fucking Falcons.
And because their head coach sucks. I mean, sucks. Talk about another guy who should get fired.
Also, I'm going to say, I have a controversial opinion on this game, which is, listen, Puka Nacua did not catch that ball.
No,
but it still should have counted.
Because it was so cool?
Yes.
Rule of cool. I accept it. You know, you're consistent. That was not a catch.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's D&D. It's D&D rules. It looked way too cool. It should have been a catch.
All right. Next, let's move on to. Do you want to do the playoff picture or predictions?
Let's push forward to predictions because I do need to be going in a few.
Okay, we'll move on to predictions of Week 18 of the 2026 now season. All right.
Right? No,
Saturday?
well, I mean, it's still
Saturday?
a 2025 season.
Well. Week 18 in 2026. Right? I don't know. Whatever. The Suck Bowl. But it matters. Carolina Panthers visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Eric, let me set up the things. So you do the breakdown. I'm okay. As I mentioned before, the Carolina Panthers win one, lose one. Win one, lose one. So I am going to. This is the week where they win. By the way, let me check. I'm still third in the league, by the way. I am 166 in third place. First place is Roro Ames with 169. So I'm close. You are...
So you want to see how...
You are Knights of the Blitz, right? You're Knights of the Blitz? Yeah. You are 161 and 166. So I'm going to win the bet. So get ready.
What's the bet?
That you're going to dye your hair pink. So.
Oh,
yeah. Loser has to die. What's up?
You know who was our best player this week?
Who?
Random.
Seriously? How many did you get?
Yeah, 11 and 5.
Jesus Christ, man. That's
Really was God's week.
it tells you like this season's bizarre. But anyway, I'm picking the Panthers.
You know, it was Christmas week.
Makes perfect sense. I'm picking the Panthers. Who do you like?
I mean, fuck, I'll pick the Bucks. It feels like a good one to make a move.
Honestly, that's
Playing
a
at
good one.
home,
Yeah.
whatever.
God picked away. So God's picking the Panthers. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Eric, who do you like?
I believe. Wait.
You're going to make a move on this one, I'm assuming, right?
I mean, it depends on which one you think it's a move. I already like.
I kind of already told you who I'm picking.
Shoot, wait. Can I change my picks?
Sure, yeah. You just go into edit.
I didn't know it was an option.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
As long as you don't say it like live on the stream, it's fine.
You know what? I like the Niners better.
Fair enough. That's not a bad pick. So
I'm gonna go with them.
got picked away. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. As I mentioned before, I like their defense better. The 49ers look freaking unstoppable. They might have the best offense in the league, but defense wins.
Plus, I already
championships,
said they're
man.
winning the Super Bowl, so fuck it.
Fuck it. All right, fair enough. Next, we have the very difficult to predict matchup. The New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
Who do you like?
Man, I want to
Both
take.
teams are unstoppable.
I'm gonna take the Falcons on this one, just because they're at home. But man, the two better teams in the NFC South. I also want the Falcons to win, because if the Buccaneers win and the Falcons win, that means that the Panthers make it anyway. So that'd be hysterical. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Well, I appreciate you handing me this one last fuck the Falcons for the season, because I'm gonna go with Chucky Boy.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Respect. God picked home. Got one with the Falcons, man. Falcons. Next, we have Cleveland Browns against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals. Let's move on.
Yeah. I agree. You think he'll get the sack record? Who cares? God picked home.
You know what? I hope not. I hope not.
That'd be funny. That'd be really funny if he, gets tied, I believe, with TJ Watt. Next, we have the Green Bay Packers against the Minnesota Vikings. Tough matchup. Not exactly sure if Jordan Love's going to play. They really don't have anything to play for. If I'm the Packers, I'm benching my starters. So I'm going to go with the Vikings on this one. Eric, who do you like?
Yeah, shit. I'm going with the Vikings as well. I'm pretty sure they're benching everybody. They got nothing to play for.
Yeah, they're the 7th seed no matter what. So, got picked home. Next, we have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New York Giants. Oh, man, Eric, who do you like?
The best quarterback to play when there's nothing to play for. I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys. We them boys.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. The Giants should lose. They should lose if they're not stupid, but you never know.
It would not surprise me if they win.
Yeah. Got picked away. All right, he went with the Cowboys. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm picking the Jaguars. Eric, you want to? Okay, yeah.
Moving on.
Let's move it on. Got picked home. Also the Jaguars. Next, Indianapolis Colts against the Houston Texans. This one's slightly more interesting, but Phillip Rivers isn't playing, so I'm going to go with the Texans at home. Eric?
Yeah, Texans still got to win. They want to keep their seeding. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, winning would lock in. Jaguars are not going to fucking lose. But I mean, you still want to play so you go against the 4th, because that's either Steelers or Ravens, which is probably the most favorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texans.
Okay. Got picked away. Next, we have the New Jersey Jets against the Buffalo Bills. So I looked into it. Josh Allen supposedly will play. So just so you know. You can make your decision. I believe you go first.
Well, Buffalo can still play for the 5 seed, right? Or no, the 6 seed. They're playing against the Chargers for that. But the Chargers are pretty much guaranteed they're gonna Buffalo.
Yep. Okay. I agree with you. I'm going to go with the
Or
Buffalo
actually,
Bills.
You know what? Who I go for? I go for the team who plays in New York.
Nice. Even if they played with Mitch Trubisky, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills on this one. Now, the more interesting question. Will the Jets get an interception in this game?
From the Troubadour himself?
Or from Josh Allen?
Yeah, Josh Allen can just run the ball.
All right. God picked away. He's going with the Jets. Madman. Next, interesting one. We have the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. The Lions, the last time that they saw the Bears, beat the ever-living hell out of them. I think they dropped like 50 points on them. Since then, things have looked very differently for both franchises. I do not think that Dan Campbell and his boys are going to just lay down. Chicago still has something to play for, but Jesus Christ. This is a tough one. This is a very tough one. I'm going to go with the Lions on this one. They looked so bad on Christmas. They had a long week to think about it. I think they want to close out with victory. What do you think?
I think the Bears are going to be pissed from that week 2 game. And, I mean, they still got seeding to play for. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bears. I'm pretty happy with that one.
All right, fair enough. God picked home. Of course, he's sticking with the Bears. Next, we have the Trey Lance-led Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Denver Broncos. Eric, who do you like?
The Broncos.
Yeah, the Chargers. It's better if they lose this one. Now, I don't think they're just gonna roll over, but because I mean, I'm pretty sure Jim Harbaugh is gonna have his guys ready to go. It's be like, hey, we're benching our starters, but this is your opportunity, man. You can make a whole lot of money by getting noticed here. So if you play well, you will make a lot of money next year. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna have the guys motivated, but I mean Denver should win. I want Denver to win, okay? I want the Chargers to be the 7th seed. Is what I'm saying. God,
can you fucking imagine?
Man, I don't even. You know what? I'd be happy if they won, but I'd rather them that they lose. Next,
also it would be the
I think the Jaguars
first
move
time
up.
in.
Well, it depends on what happens to the Patriots. What?
It would be the first time in ever since the 2010 Raiders, I think, for a team to sweep their division and not win it.
Of course, it'd have to be the AFC West. Next.
And of course, it was the Raiders.
Of course, it was the stupid Raiders. Next, we have the Kansas City Chiefs against the Las Vegas Raiders. I go first. Okay. The Raiders are tanking.
Yep.
All right. They shut down Max Crosby, which is the only player worth anything on their defense. I believe they shut down what's the tight end's name? I forget. Doesn't matter. He plays for the Raiders. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on this one. At least an honor victory. Yeah, Brock Bowers. The honor victory against the Raiders. Eric, what do you like?
Okay, I'm not making a move on this one. The Raiders fucking stink. Their own players are leaving. Yeah, give me the Chiefs, I guess.
Okay, let's see.
I'm trying to count here. I'm like, I think I got 4 different games, so I'm gonna have to make a move at least on one of these.
God picked
We'll go
away
for a tie.
I mean, what do you think we'll see more of? The game or Travis Kelce sitting on the bench?
Probably gonna see more of YouTube videos because I'm not gonna be watching this game.
Yeah, like the answer is none because we're not gonna watch the game. There you go. Perfect.
Mhm.
Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Rams. So I'm gonna go with the Rams on this one, Eric. I don't know. You go first, son of a bitch. Anyway, I'm assuming you're going with the Rams.
Advantage, Eric. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rams.
God picked away. So next we have the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. Interesting matchup. Interesting matchup. Quinn Ewers, so far, I believe he's undefeated in the NFL. You know, took down the Buccaneers. Now, the Dolphins have historically played the Patriots pretty good in Foxborough. That means
he already beat a playoff team.
So far, yeah. Oh, anyway, I believe you go first on this one. Or do you want me to go?
No,
first?
actually, you go first because you accidentally picked first last time.
You're right. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Patriots at home. I would
Damn
not be shocked if they lost, but I'm gonna go with the Patriots at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Patriots too.
Yeah, smart.
But
Yeah.
it would be funny.
It would be funny. It would be the funniest. Got picked home. Next, we have the Washington Commanders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Eric, who do you like?
You know what? I'm actually gonna look to see how they did in their last game because I don't fucking like the Eagles, but
They played 2 weeks ago.
the Commanders play. Man, Eagles won by 11 points. Yeah, I guess I'll go with the Eagles, but I don't like it.
No, they haven't been great this season at all. But the Commanders have been worse. So I'm going to take the
The
Eagles.
Commanders are dead.
Where did that go?
I don't know.
Found it. All right. So got picked away. He's sticking with the Commanders. And the final game of the 2025 NFL season, we have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers for the AFC North and the final seed in the playoffs.
You pick first, right?
I do. I'll make
All
it
right,
easy.
whatever you pick, I pick the opposite.
I'll make it easy on you. I'll take the Ravens on the road.
Again?
Yes. Honestly, I mean, I've seen both teams play. They're not great, but if the Ravens remember that they have Derrick Henry and they can give him the ball 30 fucking times, they'll win. On the other hand, the Steelers don't have a wide receiver. So I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Yeah, I'll take the Steelers, I guess.
Cool.
Mathematically, I got to do it.
Got picked home. So yeah, if I were you, I would have made a move on another game.
I'm thinking maybe like changing.
Well, let's see. Which ones did you make a move
Wait, no,
on?
hang on. Bucks is different.
Yes.
49ers is different.
Yes.
Saints is different.
3.
Bears.
Did you go Packers, Vikings?
And Steelers. I went Vikings.
Okay, Bears and Steelers. Oh, yeah, it's 5. I mean, you need to go 5
Cowboys,
for 5.
Giants, honestly.
That's a coin toss. So there you go. All right, we can move on to the playoff picture. We're not going to do the hot seat this week. I don't think we don't need it because it's been over an hour. So let's go very quickly. Playoff picture. On the AFC, teams that have clinched, we got the Broncos as number 1, Patriots is 2, Jaguars is 3, Texans as 5, Chargers as 6, and Bills at 7. So in the NFC, we have Seahawks 1, Bears 2, Eagles 3, 49ers at 5, Rams at 6, Packers at 7. 2 teams that are still missing. It's the number 4 seeds, and it's going to be either the Steelers or the Ravens in the AFC, or the Panthers and the Buccaneers in the NFC. So right now, the way that things look, if we have to make our predictions, I'm assuming the Broncos are going to stay as the 1 seed because the Chargers are planning to tank this one. Again, they're starting their bench. So the Chargers will drop to the 7 seed, and it'll be Chargers against the Patriots, Bills against the Jaguars, and Texans against, I'm assuming, the Ravens. How do you feel about that?
I'm way more confident against the Patriots than the fucking Jags, man.
Definitely. We saw what the Jags were able to do. I mean, like, I don't feel like the Patriots have really been tested this season. Now, it doesn't mean that they're not good, but they've had the easiest schedule And so, I mean, you can only play the teams that are in front of you. So I don't think they've been truly tested this season. So
Also, MVP is only for like during the season, not for the postseason, right?
correct. So,
So Drake May could theoretically win MVP and lose in the first round to Justin Herbert. That's my timeline.
correct. So I actually like, against the other teams, I like this matchup better. The Texans, the Jaguars, and the Broncos have nasty deep front sevens. So I'd rather take on the Patriots defense, which is still decent, but it's not as gnarly. Justin Herbert with a week off, having a week to plan, to perfect their game plan, all that stuff. I like it a lot better. So I like their chances against the Patriots. Playing in Foxborough sucks, but we've seen this team play in the cold, in Kansas City. So out of all the teams in the playoff picture, I think the best option matchup wise for this team is the Chargers. Because like I said, the Chargers, they want to be a bully. They want to be a ground and pound team. They want to punch you in the mouth and keep punching. They want a rock fight. They like a rock fight. So like remember the Eagles game where Jim Harbaugh, after Justin Herbert moved the ball and they managed to get a field goal at the end, and Jim Harbaugh was like, "Great fucking job. All right." It's like, man, this dude loves rock fights. It's a team that's built for it. I don't think the Patriots are built for it. So it would be advantage Chargers. Now, on the other hand, the Patriots are a better offense, but they haven't really faced a nasty defense other than the Browns, probably. Maybe the Steelers. And the Steelers are...
I think we can do it.
Yeah.
I think we can do it, especially after getting a week's rest.
Yeah, so I like the matchup. Overall, I think it's a better matchup, especially because we've seen him again.
If the fucking Bills lose this week.
If the Patriots lose this week.
If the Chargers win.
If pigs could fly. I don't know, man. So it's still the NFL, but I'm assuming that's going to happen. On the NFC side, like I said, I think the Seahawks will take the number 1 seed. The 49ers will stay at 5. Rams will stay at 6. Yeah. Eagles, Bears will probably stay the same. That means it's going to be Bears, Packers rematch, which is fun. Actually, no, I think the Bears are going to lose. So I think the Eagles are going to move up to 2. And so it's going to be Eagles, Packers, then Bears, Rams, and 49ers. Doesn't matter, whoever it is. So it's actually not a great matchup for the Bears, to be honest, but advantage of being at home. So we'll see how that goes. Well, how do you feel about
if the Niners win, they're the 1 seed, right?
Yes. So in your scenario, flip the 49ers for the Seahawks.
Which is gonna happen.
Probably, but we'll see. I don't know. So far it's been a pretty.
And then they'll play
season.
all the way to the entire playoffs are gonna be in their stadium.
Maybe. I doubt it. Like I said, I don't think they have the defense for the playoffs. Like Salah's done a phenomenal job with all the injuries, but you can tell which teams have a glaring weakness. Like the Chargers O-line, glaring weakness. I think in the AFC side,
historically bad.
Yeah, in the AFC of the teams that have clinched right now, that's the big. Like if you have to, what's the biggest weakness in the AFC? Again, not counting the Ravens and Steelers, it's the Chargers O-line. Okay.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are the easiest team to game plan against.
Yeah, try to kill Justin Herbert, which a smart offensive coordinator would plan for that and use it as part of their strategy. If they're trying to kill me, let's throw the ball behind them immediately. But whatever. Let's not get into it. On the NFC side, it's slightly more difficult. The Eagles don't have an offense. So I think the worst possible matchup for the 49ers would be, I think the Seahawks is not a good matchup for them. That's why I think the Seahawks are going to win. But yeah, there's an
argument that the Seahawks are the best team in the NFL right now.
So there's the 2 biggest weaknesses in the NFC is the Eagles offense and the 49ers defense. I think. However, they both have like massive cannons on the other side. Like the 49ers has probably the hottest offense and the Eagles has probably the best defense. So, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see how it goes.
We shall see. And my God, this has been a crazy damn season.
Dude.
I've loved it.
But I've also hated it. But anyway, I believe that's a good place to stop. We're not going to do the hot seat or anything like that. Man, I'm tired. Doesn't feel like New Year's, does it?
No. Although it's always always funny to me because I was at work and everybody's like, all right, so I'll see you guys later. And you all have a happy new year. And I'll see you soon. It's like, bro, like, tomorrow's just going to be the same. It's just a day, right?
I am
It's not
excited.
like we're stepping forward into into like a portal to a new world or something.
I am looking.
Hope I see you there.
Exactly. I am looking forward to the new year, but because, I mean, I'm moving. Like, there's gonna be a massive change in my life, drastic. Like, we did the math of how many hours of my life I'm recovering, just from moving, and it's like 31 days or something. It's crazy. So like an entire month. And if you make those work hours, it's 3 months. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm looking forward to it. It's a change. But it really doesn't have to do much with the new year. It's just, it's a coincidence. It's coinciding that it's happening around New Year. But whatever.
It would have happened anyway.
Exactly. But anyway, it's a good place to stop.
Well, in January, it's it's January, and I'm gonna be turning 30.
Are you ready for that?
I'm ready for 30-year-old Eric to see the Chargers win the goddamn Super Bowl.
Hell's fucking yeah. So it was 20-year-old Eric's fault that they never won. Yeah, selfish
Quite
bitch.
possibly. And my birthday's gonna be on Sunday, so it might be a very painful birthday.
Yeah, it's not playoffs yet. Anyway, Gus Becerra, see you next year as
It is
well.
playoffs, right?
As always, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.